in trouble back straightaway, guys.
Trevor Bayne.
A number of cars
and
involved.
more. Logano is in it.
Crashing all. Oh, man.
Abbott.
Look at that.
Looked like half the field piled up on.
But now I see that Kurt's pretty close to our left rear, so that's double trouble. You know, when you get the air moving around here at these high speeds, it's as much as physically hitting each other. I hate that for our race team. We had a super fast Advocare 4 today, and I thought this is one of those places you can get a win. You can make your way into the chase or run top 5, and our car was really fast. We worked our way into the top 5 a couple.
It's not going to beat many more laps.
Denny Hamlin goes to the top of the chart with Austin Dillon.
Got one sideways.
And around turn 1 in the wall. And that is Reed Sorensen.
I think it was that quarter panel and the damage he had to the rear of that car.
54 posted pass-through penalty pushing, and here's the big one down the back straightaway at Talladega. Matt Crafton in it.
And he just knew it had to happen at some point. It was just too tight. There was too much pushing and shoving, and finally it all just broke loose.
Oh, it looked like that. The Johnny Sauter truck, I think, was in the middle, and someone didn't know he was there.
Yeah, it was a 51 truck, Mike. It looked like he was on the top 3 wide there and started to come down.
See her back there, and here comes Denny. I think Denny dove out from behind her. She didn't realize he had moved out from behind her. She started to go left, and he was there.
Annette tries to go high, and I believe he had a push from behind. Got tangled up in it.
That
it was Kenseth.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know how he missed that.
And Kyle Larson in 42 just.
Got to keep an eye on the flagman as well. They're not going to make it. Oh, crash! And the red and black flag was out. None of them made it back, and on top of that, the big one right here in the tri-oval.
Holy cow. Remember, Landon Castle took off first. He's in it. Hard contact. There's Daniel Suarez. Blake Cook, the 8 car.
Oop. Oh, we got a crash.
Crash. Big. Well, yeah, it started to get big.
Oh, it's big now.
It got big.
Another big. You can follow Miss Sprint Cup as the big one's happening once again. Coming out of turn number 4. Into the wall. Kyle Larson. Multiple cars sideways.
They can't do this for 10 laps. Eric Jones around. Back across the field. The big one, part 2 at Daytona. Yeah, they can't do this.
Stay high.
Nice straight. Did anybody hit you there, Kel?
A horrific crash for
feet. Green flag back in the air. The 4 not going. They wreck behind him. The green flag is out as they cross the start-finish line. Will they throw the caution? Trying to get back up to speed. Caution comes out. Now the question is, who was in front?
Stay in front of them. Stay in front of them.
It's right here.
Crash. 3 cars pile up. Bowman sideways. Dillon involved. Hornish, the yellow car, slamming into the wall. And we're back under caution. Jeff Burton, I believe, also involved. There's Hornish.
Junior will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them. Winning the race, but then the accident takes place behind him.
Yeah, the 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the 4's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack.
You're going to flip over. At speed, it doesn't feel like that. At speed, everything's...
Oh, and around we've got cars on the track. Already involved is Kyle Busch. The 16 of Greg Biffle's involved. Looks like Denny Hamlin in the 11. And this is exactly what you didn't want to see as a crew chief, Steve. Cars getting torn up.
Yeah, that's Austin on the outside of Cameron Haley. Wow. Did the left rear tire come apart? Watch Chris Fontaine. Look at that job. He was able just to slip by. That's using your brain, being calm, just steering through a wreck. Great job, Chris. I think that left rear tire went on that 82 truck for Austin Hill.
He's got to slow it down by trying to get in front of him.
And now up against the wall. He gets into the wall. Brian Scott trying to block into the wall, and he goes. The caution comes doing what you said, trying to slow the momentum down, did it too late, got hooked at the stripe. 10 laps of racing to go. And around goes the pack in the middle. Darrell Wallace Jr. gets caught up. The big one happens just as they go through the tri-oval. Back up into the wall hard, Brendan Poole. Eric Almirola caught up in this in the 98. The caution comes out.
Oh, there we go. Darrell Wallace Jr. around. Chad Boat into the wall. Ty Dillon, the championship leader, is in it.
Poor Ty Dillon, he just can't stay out of trouble today.
But he keeps that thing headed in the roof, Jeff.
Yeah, I thought that I saw him.
Ooh, he lost his momentum.
No, he just lost his momentum there, and looks like Ty just got into his left rear a little bit and turned him around.
What a tough break for Darrell Wallace Jr. Ty Dillon just nowhere to go there.
Look at Boris Said and Mario Goslin. They're just sliding right through the middle of all that carnage, that mess, and they make it through.
But he's led the most laps today, which right now would put him in line for a couple of bonus points, and here's the reason we're under caution.
Just in the pack, and he tried to drive to the bottom. It's a whole lot like what we saw John Hunter. Looks like try to turn the truck down, and they just get loose when you do that, especially on the flat of the front straightaway or into the tri-oval, and then hard impact into the safer barrier. That safer barrier that he hit has now been expanded by some 8,000 feet around this racetrack, all down the back straightaway, Kevin. There's safer barrier there. Really thank the track and NASCAR for all.
Prior to today, the only place where... Oh, big trouble. That's the rookie Suarez up and over Regan Smith, the big one at Daytona in the tri-oval.
Also in Fords. Trying to work with him there. Oh, and McMurray goes around in front of the field.
Huge wreck.
Paul Menard is in it. Clint Boyer is in it. Menard is hit by Casey Kane. His car's all torn up.
I'm not sure what was going on. She sparked there for a lap or two. Whoa, here
Stewart
goes around into Bethel.
Tony Stewart goes around. And caution waves yet again.
More cars.
Kurt Busch